Hey, what's good, fam? I hope you guys are doing great on this Wednesday afternoon. Today is the 17th of April, and you are connected on one more Something Extra brought to you by the YPG fam here in South Africa. And today we're going to give continuation to a sensitive and extremely, I don't know how we put it, it's a bit of an arduous topic to speak about, because this subject relates to, many people on many spheres. It does not pick specifically on whether someone is rich or struggling financially, whether somebody is black, white, colored, Indian, pink, you name it, Asian, whatever the person is. But it is more of a pandemic which is born inside out rather than outside in. Although it may commence, the offense committed maybe from the outside, This specific disease we're going to talk about, or we've been talking about, begins on the inside, and that has to do with forgiveness. Well, forgiveness being the cure for the disease called grudges. As we are walking towards a special movement this coming Sunday at every UCKG branch, where we're going to be talking about forgiveness, and we've been speaking about it in preparation for this day, and speaking to you on the youth sphere of things, because we know for a fact that many, but I mean many, have been struggling with the plague of grudges, with the plague which hinders and impedes them from being able to release what's inside of them, being able to forgive. And last week, we mentioned to you the cons of holding on to this heavyweight. Remember, we called it the heavyweight challenge. So we carry on speaking about this heavyweight challenge because, as we spoke, a grudge is a heavyweight. And indeed, it is a challenge to overcome it. But the steps we're going to share with you today is going to help you overcome. So if you didn't watch last week, make sure to scroll back on our page, and you're going to be able to see what we spoke about last week with regards to this. But in continuation to it, I want to share with you the cons of letting go of this weight, of releasing yourself from this. But before I share with you the cons, I'm going to share with you the steps, because you might say, PJ, my struggle is not only understanding the negative effects. As a matter of fact, you might be someone who says, I know exactly the challenge behind forgiving. I know exactly, because I'm struggling with it. I know exactly how difficult and how unpleasant it actually is. And I need help. SOS, I need help. So if you are the person who is there watching us right now, you are someone pleading for help, and you say, I don't know what to do. I don't know what are the steps I need to take. That's exactly what I want to talk about. The first step I want you to understand is that forgiveness begins here and not here. Here, as a matter of fact, we're never going to really feel like forgiving. You are not going to feel like forgiving. So you need to learn to ignore what you feel. For example, you see that person walking down the street and you just see a car driving by. You might feel like, I wish that car could just run him or run her over. That truck could just run her over. Or you see that person succeeding. You see things going well for that person, and you say to yourself, I wish all the worst to that person. That is your heart speaking. Now you can choose. You pick. Am I going to agree with what I am feeling? Or am I going to disagree with my feelings? Am I going to listen to what my heart is saying? Or am I going to listen to what my mind is telling me, which is let go of this heavyweight? Let go of this burden, this weight which is weighing you down and bringing those cons which we spoke about last week. You are deteriorating even in your health. Your mind is saying let go, but your heart is saying you don't need to let go. He doesn't deserve your forgiveness. She doesn't deserve your forgiveness. Do you remember what she did to you? Remember what you felt? Remember all the hell you've been going through, and now you're just gonna forgive? That's your heart speaking. So step number 1, do not listen to your heart. I usually say to people, the dumbest advice, excuse my expression, I'm sorry, but the dumbest advice we human beings can take is to listen to our heart. It is not for decision making. Our heart was not made to take decisions or make decisions. Our heart is a storage of feelings. But decisions are made here. So instead of you wishing that person evil, you're going to wish that person well. And that's exactly where we go to step number 2. Go against every negative feeling, in the sense where whenever you wish that person wrong, You wish that person evil. You wish that person could be run over by the truck. You're going to wish that person success. You're going to wish that person health and wealth. You'll be like, PJ, do you know what that person did to me? Are you for reals? Out of all the advice you have given to us here, this is by far the worst advice you've given us. You want me to wish well to a person who did this and that. As a matter of fact, you don't even know what I've been through. And you guys in the YPG think that you understand what we're facing. No, that's exactly what I'm saying to you. We get you. What I'm saying to you is wish that person well, because that is an action of going against what you're feeling. That is an action of going against what your heart is saying and using, bang, your mind. So go against what you feel. Go against what your heart is saying. So instead of praying for that person to die, you're going to pray for long life. Instead of wishing that person death, you're going to wish that person long life. Instead of wishing that person failure, you're going to wish him or her success. You're going to go against what you feel. So go against what you wish negatively. And the third step is that you need to forgive yourself as well. Because oftentimes a person's struggle is not only in forgiving the perpetrator or somebody who offended you, but sometimes it is for us to forgive ourselves. And forgiving ourselves is very difficult, because forgiving ourselves requires us to actually let go of what happened and blaming ourselves. Sometimes a person will say, if only I hadn't gone there. I'm stupid. I'm an idiot. I'm foolish. How could I do something like that? Why did I go there? Why did I listen to A, B, or C? Look, maybe even you did commit a mistake, but you also need to forgive yourself. You might have even forgiven the perpetrator, but you also need to let go of that weight, which is yourself. I like to say that every single day is a blank page. It's like, I've got my little notebook here. Here I've got some of my notes, from a couple of things which we wrote, and that includes what I'm sharing with you guys here. So this was written on, this one here on the 6th, and that's a couple of things which we're talking about. I had a conference with the guys of the sports, and then here is what we're sharing here with you guys today, just my notes. And there's nothing else we can do. This page is written. Maybe you can complete writing here in the few spaces here. But this was today, and maybe you wrote a lot, which means decisions were taken. But tomorrow, life starts like this. Whoops. A fresh new page, a blank new page for you to write down what you want to write. You don't start your day like this. You start your day like that. Even if here there are many mistakes, you can't go back, it's over. You'll never have this paper perfect again. This can never be perfected ever again. You can put Tipp-Ex, there are means of maybe trying to cover, but this paper will never be like this ever again because it's written. But this one gives me an opportunity to redo maybe what I slipped up on the previous pages. So here I can actually write down what I wrote wrong in the previous pages. I hope you guys aren't paying attention to my ugly doctor's handwriting. Please, guys, I do have an ugly handwriting, but what matters is content, okay? Content is more important than how you do it. Going back to my point, every single day, we're starting afresh. And today I want to say to you, fam, you can start afresh. Let go of yesterday. And reminding you what we said last week, and I have to repeat this, when you forgive, you're not just doing it for that person. As a matter of fact, it's much more about you. It's much more about you letting go of what has been destroying you or eating you inside out. We've dealt with so many cases of people whose lives are completely stuck, whose lives are completely a mess because of what somebody did to them. I want to say to you, you don't have to hold on to that anymore. And in this week, please look for your mentors, look for your coordinators. And I repeat, if you feel like DMing us, feel free, DM us. I'll ask for our deets to be placed here at the bottom of the screen. Or even better, as over our screen in order for you guys to be able to get in touch. Holler. Well, those of you watching via Facebook, you can DM us. If you're watching us on any of our other platforms, feel free to holler, to chat to us. We're here for you. We want you to understand that there is actually a solution. There is actually a way out from what you're feeling. And the YPG fam is here to rescue you, just like this artwork which we shared yesterday. And I want to share it with you guys right there. I hope my camera is going to help you guys to be able to see everything perfectly. The Superman who represents the YPG. For those who didn't understand the airplane, remember our slogan this year? It's time to take off. So the airplane has taken off, but he came out of the plane not leaving a man behind. So the guy who's here suffering, the YPG fam will not leave you out of it. And this is exactly what I was thinking. I'm thinking about this. I want to frame this. This is by far one of the most significant and beautiful artworks. There are many, many, many beautiful artworks, but this one took the trophy for me. It came from our MH24 event, and I'm amazed by it. I simply love this picture so much. The meaning behind it, everything, it is so relevant. And this is what the YPG is all about. And I hope this is what you are feeling in the YPG. And if not, feel free to DM us, because this is how you're supposed to be feeling in the YPG fam. Okay? Now, one last thing before we move out. Your question might be, what is or what are the cons of me doing what you're telling me to do? Engaging in the heavyweight challenge, letting go of this heavy weight. Oops, excuse me. Let's move my camera back here. Sorry about that. What do I win? What is profitable for me if I forgive? Simple. You start afresh. You have the opportunity to start on a clean slate. And remember, we spoke about this last week, that as long as you don't forgive, you're hostage of the perpetrator, you're free. That person no longer has power over you. That person can no longer hold you back. That person can no longer be like a ventriloquist, excuse me, a ventriloquist, you know, a ventriloquist, controlling your life, controlling you. Once you forgive, you're the winner. You're free. And this is what the YPG fam is here for you. Look for your coordinators, look for your mentors, ask for help. Those of you watching us in the branch, speak to the pastor or the wife who's there at the branch that you may be watching. Or if you're not at the branch, when you have a chance, look for help for you to get rid of this. Because the only winner in this, when you forgive, is you. Hopefully that person too, but most especially you. And the YPG fam is here for you guys. All right. I'm going to be wrapping up right now, reminding you that Friday, what am I talking about? Friday. Saturday, we're going to be back here 7 p.m. with the Bible clock. And on Sunday, we carry on with our sports program. We had our sports program where we had our first fixtures of the YPG Champions League, which was beautiful. It was superb. And we carry on. Although Saturday we're going to be at the Love Walk, but I think Sunday some of them might have their matches. I'm not too sure. But either way, Sunday we'll be here. But most you'll hear everything on Saturday. 7 p.m. we're going to be back here for the Bible clock. All right? And of course, as you know, Sunday we're going to be busy doing what we got to do at our different hangouts, which, by the way, this is going to be the mass rescue for all those who were once with the YPG and for some odd reason they may have been demotivated. Maybe something even happened where you felt offended. Maybe someone did set a bad example. Maybe you came to the YPG and you kind of felt left out and you did not feel the sense of together as one. Give us a chance this Sunday, the mass rescue that's going to be taking place at every YPG branch we have something special for all of you guys. And of course, it is also the Sunday of forgiveness. I'm going to be visiting our YPG fam there at Deep Sloot. So I'm looking forward to meeting up with you guys. I'm looking forward for it. It's going to be cool. It's going to be special. It's going to be fun. I'll see you guys. All right. So I'll be signing out, but don't forget, whenever you look at the time, remember it's time. Yeah, you got it right. It's time for us to take off. I'm signing out. I'm out of here. Take care of yourselves.